Can harnessing the power of reading actually improve your conversational competency? I'm here to tell you it can. Good old Jim Rohn once said, reading is essential for those who seek to rise above the ordinary. Allow me to share with you a survey that was done by Pew Research Center just a few years ago. And this is a startling, unfortunate statistics. They went on to say this: over 23% of American adults have not read a book in any form in the last year. Reading for pleasure has become less popular among American adults despite all of its benefits. But here's what I'm here to share with you. There's power, there's monumental power behind reading. Reading broadens your vocabulary, reading enhances your conversations, and when applied, spurns your growth. Whether you're a sales leader or sales professional, I want you to think about the power of books. Simply put, and I want us to key in on this as we start the new year. Will you commit to reading? Reading improves your conversational competence. Reading creates alignment with executives and key decision makers. Reading builds your confidence. But here's a couple other things that reading has a benefit. Reading, I believe, has a monumental benefit to your sales career. It increases your intelligence. Good old Dr. Seuss, right? I just dated myself, so I grew up with Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss said this, to quote, "The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go." Reading helps to continually develop your brain. It also helps you to expand your vocabulary. It also helps you to increase your knowledge. Mr. Mark Twain, many, many, many years ago, went on to say this: "The man who does not read good books is no better than the man who can't." But here's what I do know: successful CEOs, they read. Question becomes, what are you reading? What will you commit to reading? And what excuses will you remove? Because here's what I do know, especially when it comes to reading: you can either find excuses or pick up a good book. You can't have both. And I want us to think about that for a moment. Because in this survey, so it was interesting. Tom Corley, in his book, and he did some deep research and a survey around this. His book's called Change Your Habits, Change Your Life. It was a 5-year study, and he interviewed a host of self-made millionaires about their daily habits. And he concluded that reading was a key factor in their success. Check this out, because this is what he found out. 88% of wealthy respondents reported they spent at least 30 minutes every day on reading and self-education. 85% read 2 or more self-improvement books per month. 86% said they had a passion for learning new things. Here's my question to everybody this week. Sales leaders, sales professionals, please, please, please key in on this. If successful CEOs are reading to acquire better knowledge, to make them more informed so they can make more intelligent decisions, then what prevents each and every one of you from reading to do the same? Here's what I believe. I sincerely believe this. Sales professionals who commit themselves to reading find themselves sitting more frequently at the executive business table. Question I'm going to ask all of you: what are you reading? So that's just, as you all stop and think about that, here's where I'm going to take this. We all have the same amount of time. You've all heard that saying before. I'm not going to go down that road because we've all heard it. We've all heard the sayings around time. Here's what I do know. How are you investing your time? Here's what 30 minutes a day will get you. Let's just say you're an average reader, just a pure average reader, and and here's where I'm going to ask you to double down on this. Let's just say it takes you 30 minutes to read 20 pages because you're diving into the book. Do you realize this, that 30 minutes a day, 20 pages a day, average book being 200 pages, you're going to read, and just do the math on this, you're going to read somewhere between 24 to 36 books, depending on the length, in a given year. That's just 30 minutes a day, 20 pages. What could you do with that? Here's what I do know. Successful people have the time to read because they choose to. Successful people self-educate by reading. Successful people are voracious readers because that's what they want to do. They love to read and they make time for books. Will you make the time for books this year? Books increase your conversational competency. Books, and reading them, consuming them, ripping through them, highlighting them, putting them into action chapter by chapter by chapter is going to get you frequent seats at the business table. It's going to open up conversations like you will have never imagined. It spurns conversations. It enhances conversations. More importantly, it builds relationships, gives you all something to talk about other than the products and services you all seem to enjoy speaking about. This week, pick up a book, read a book, consume a book, share what you're reading. Because I do know this, together this year, selling from the heart along with you, we're going to make a difference. We're going to make a difference in building trust and credibility in the sales world. We're going to elevate the bar. We're going to raise the bar. We're going to take this to a new level. There are many surprises coming your way here at Selling from the Heart here in 2024. Because I do know this, your clients and your future clients, they're watching you. They're expecting more and more and more of you here in 2024 because they'd rather connect and do business with a sales professional who sells from the heart as opposed to a sales rep who is an empty suit. Have a fantastic, fantastic week. Take care. Bye-bye.